I just found this at Goodwill. It's a Color Forms dress-up set, and I'm gonna open it. I don't know that I had one, but in my bedroom I had a Holly Hobby bed set. So I lived across the street from my best friend, Jessie.
Yeah, I mean, we were such a part of each other's lives that there was like almost no line between like friend and family.
I just remember that I had a lot of blanket sheets, drapery, and it went with my yellow wallpaper. I had yellow and white wallpaper. It was sort of this maddening pattern that I would analyze as I was trying to sleep. When I couldn't sleep at night, I had to rip into the wallpaper till my fingernails were full of plaster. Wallpaper became like negative space continents. I was map making. That's what I was doing. I was map making. I needed a map in my room.
Yeah, my mom is like definitely beats to her own drum. I guess that's how people would describe her.
I actually think that wallpaper was green. I think it was green. I think I'm haunted by the story of the yellow wallpaper.
She'd also like take all the wallpaper off our walls and then stencil. She would almost hyper focus on something like the stenciling. It went from like one room to the next 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 room, until like no room had wallpaper.
Her mother and I spent a lot of time together, even when Jessie was doing extracurricular activities.
My parents were divorced, and I went to my dad's for probably like a weekend. So I didn't spend a lot of time there. And I came back in my bedroom, my childhood bedroom that had like the coolest like kid wallpaper. My wallpaper was gone, and she had stenciled like lilacs all over my room with like a bird cage with like fake birds, like completely changed my room.
I went along for the ride all the time with Joyce, and I would go shopping with Joyce. We would go bargain hunting. We would go to thrift stores, we would go to antique shops.
And so, I mean, she was with me all when we were together, like when she lived across the street or close enough to be with us. She was, whether it was like my college trip or bringing me to college, even like looking at colleges, dance class, like I guess because my dance class was like an hour away. Yeah. So she spent a lot of time, like just like part of the family. That's so interesting. I didn't really even think about her and my mom spending time together.
Joyce was very creative in decorating.
She can literally create something from nothing. Like growing up, and we had a really old home, and she would like create like skirts for around the sink.
Good decorator. She was very resourceful.
Would take up like the whole dining room, like all of her stencils. But remember, like everything was handmade. Like it wasn't like bought stencils. Like she would make stencils out of whatever she could find.
Joyce was always painting and repainting, pulling off wallpaper, tearing down walls, ripping up parts of the garden, trying to redesign things but never really finishing them. So things were often left in a sort of unfinished state. I know that was always embarrassing for Jess. I thought it was kind of cool.
you never really knew what you were going to get when you came inside. Was she in a good mood? Was she crying? Was she angry? Was the house going to be torn apart, put together? Was my room going to be the same? Like it was always really unpredictable.
I thought Jesse's dad was John Denver. I really thought he was John Denver. He looked like him. And I remember pulling her aside one day and telling her, Jess, did you know your dad is famous? And she was like, what are you talking about? He works at a junior high. He's a counselor and a soccer coach. She didn't believe me. Well, she was right.
Because her parents got divorced because we were literally across the street. I remember looking outside and there was a moving truck that pulled up into her driveway. And I called her and I'm like, why is there a moving truck? What's happening? And she's like, oh yeah, we're moving. And it was like, I remember it struck me as like, wow, like she didn't even tell me. Like it was really sad. And I just remember that being really devastating for me. And I don't know how it felt to her, but it was literally like one day she was there and the next day she was gone. And then the next day someone else moved in, so it was like, it really felt like I lost a piece of me at that time because she was everything.
We took a chance on the hole in the fence. Crossing the tracks, you took me to an island in the summer heat. So simple and sweet, we were one. Oh, we were one.
But it was literally like one day she was there and the next day she was gone. And then the next day someone else moved in, so it was like, it really felt like I lost a piece of me at that time because she was everything.